Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good Saturday, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Today we have a great session talking about a very new and very good technology. Here with my guest, Erick. How are you, Erick?
Hello, Stefan. How are you? Good morning, everyone. Stefan, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm glad to be here with you. And this is my second interview with you, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Yes, we saw it in the intro. Actually, you're in the intro as well. The last time we were with Bruno, we had the talk about the collaborative innovation, right, between shop floor and the product designer. Was very interesting topic, and of course, you continue to push, you continue to deliver very good content. Of course, you participate in a lot of forums. You're very vocal on social media with your companies in the community with technology, and this is very important for everybody. Thanks also, Erick, for what are you doing for the community.
Thank you. You, Stefan, you push a lot all of these terms, all of these technologies, and I guess it is part of the work that we have with the community, to push the technology to stay there.
I agree, and the other day I really think that the people that have now very much engaged in Industry 4.0 have the chance to be in a very exciting environment in manufacturing, that lots of these technologies will move over to the new society, to Society 5.0, right? So this is really interesting because I think the role that we will play as people that have accumulated certain knowledge and expertise will be very crucial then with the communities, with the new level of education, the next level of education, the next level of social interaction, value generating, innovation even in the society.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree with that.
So we both like to dream a lot. That's why we always have these good conversations. Very good. So you have, of course, proposed a very specific topic that you are very excited about. I think if we talk about something that we are passionate about, it's always the best because usually we investigate, we know a lot about it. In this case, we want to talk about virtual, augmented, and mixed reality. I think most people know the terms, but don't really know the difference between them, right? Because they kind of search at the same time. Virtual maybe was a little bit earlier before augmented, and now mixed reality is coming in, where you can actually interact with the different items that you visualize, both the real and the virtual. So let's go right into it. I'm going to give you between 2 to 3 minutes to make like maybe a little bit of differentiation, and then we go into the use cases of each of the technologies.
Very good, Stefan. Thank you so much again. Yes, we talk about this now at the beginning of the week. We would like to explain a little bit this kind of technologies and this kind of concepts. We know that we have this concept that it's called extended reality. Extended reality it's a concept that contains three kind of technologies in the concept. One of them is the virtual reality. This is the technology that uses a headset and you stay inside of the virtual world, right? And you can see all what you can see is a virtual things, and well, this is one of the technology that is inside of this concept. Then we have the augmented reality, that it is one of the newest technology that we know. We can remember the Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go, right? That was a boom in the world. All the people who is using their smartphones and then they are following these Pokemons and so on. So this is the first time, or one of the times when we received this kind of technology, in our community. Then we have the newest one, technology, that there is the mixed reality. That there is, as the name said, it is a mix between the real world and the virtual world. No, it's something similar to the augmented reality, but they have some differentiation. That's why the concept right now exists. So these three technologies are, thanks, let me say in this way, thanks for the pandemic. It has a boom, in the industries, in the communities, in the industries in general, and they are using a lot this kind of technology. But as we mentioned some minutes ago, we saw that these technologies, when we return into the industries, into our factories, these technologies have some, I don't know, people right now, they are not using a lot. They are not taking all of these technologies in their processes. So I would like to talk to you what is happening now in the industries. Why right now the technologies, as we know, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we cannot see that these technologies start using in a common way in the industries, no? And why is the reason why the people, they are not adopting in a good way these technologies as we think they have to do?
Yeah.
And trying to understand this question, right?
Very good. Yeah. Thanks for this quick overview. As you said, like from the historic standpoint, virtual reality already around 2000 was pretty common. I can remember the first device that I purchased was a Sony Vaio, that was a blue glass.
Yeah.
I actually had that one. It was really interesting. I connected it directly to my Xbox back then, and I was playing Halo with this device.
Amazing.
The only situation was that the resolution was very bad. I think it was only 480 by 620 or something like that. So it was kind of hard to differentiate. But what was really cool is that it had like little earbuds, and there was actually 3D sound. So you could hear somebody walking behind you, and then you would turn around and you would see actually what's going on. So that was my first experience of virtual. So very long road. The thing is, it is kind of tough for people that are not used to it. At least that's what I've experienced, to not get like sick or seasick, right? Because now you have no reference to the outside world, right? If you're going around, you can bump into stuff. So let's see right now, and you've prepared a very nice slide where what is virtual reality used right now, and who is the adopters really, right?
Yeah, as you mentioned, this is something special, right? The technology sometimes makes some sick, right? You can because you don't have reference in your world, in your real world, and that's why, as the image, as you can see in the image, sometimes you need something like can help you, no? If you remember, or you can see in the malls, right? You have this kind of spatial, how can I say, these games, right? And you can be inside of, and you can move it and something like that. So the virtual reality is like you can use this headset that you mentioned. There are different kind of hardware that you can use right now. The most common of the most commercialized, the Oculus, the Sony, as you mentioned, and the HTC. All of these, there are a lot kind of hardware that we can use. Even our smartphones, no, you can buy this like a case, and then you put your cell phone in a 3D way or something like that in YouTube, and then you can use it as a virtual reality. It's nice. Applications, there are also a lot of applications. Commonly it's used in gaming, right? as you mentioned, you can use in Hello, and you can use in a lot of kind of games. Also for entertainment, for training, for creativity. No, there are a lot of companies. Most common, the OEMs, no? All the people who are who have an engineering department,
Yeah.
For design, and then use. No, you can maybe you can see these videos that the people are designing the car and designing the interiors of the cars and so on.
Yeah,
using this kind of technology, right?
Yeah,
And also,
this one, just adding to that, lots of creators use this, right? So if you want to create something digitally, I think VR is the best thing, because you're basically in a free space. The other day, I saw a really interesting video of a 3D VR artist, a woman, and now they have combined this 3D art with NFTs. So it's really interesting that what's happening there, and you can also, of course, watch it. For me, this is people that are really immersed in this kind of environment, right? I call them digital natives that spend maybe between 6 and 10 hours per day in a digital environment. I think for those people, this is the most use case. And I would add actually one, which is medical. So for example, if you try to intentionally block out the environment, for example, in a surgery, right, or at the dentist, or even like I saw the other day that they put it on cows that are in a stable to make them think that they're actually outside, right? So I think when you intentionally don't want to be where you are, VR is a great solution as well.
Yeah, and also they have some situations, right? For example, with this technology, virtual reality, as we mentioned, for example, you need if you wanna use it, you need to have a clear room, right? You don't because you cannot see the space, the real space. So
Yeah.
you move it, you can drop it, and you can it gonna happen something that maybe you cannot don't want to pass, and then you need to work with a clear space. And as you mentioned, yes, this technology are using commonly for designers, for creators, and it is a very useful technology in this way, right?
Exactly.
So I like it, and it is a good technology for this kind of people.
Yeah, what surprises me the most with VR is the high resolution quality that we have achieved. Right? If you think if you're wearing this now, it's almost like a full HD screen, right? When it used to be very low res. So that's really for me that where VR, even the people that maybe had a VR experience 10 years ago or 5 years ago, they should try the newest equipment as you just showed. It
changed a lot. It increased a lot. This involved technology. You know how you actually you be there, right? You move it. There are people that said you move into the virtual world in a second, no? Because
incredible.
You move it, and it is incredible. Yeah.
Very good. So now let's move on now to the augmented, right? So now virtual is that you have no sight of the surrounding, which now even thinking a little bit more of it, for example, for people in prison, people after a heavy accident in the hospital, it would be a good way to escape from this environment, right? And be in this virtual environment, at least for some time of the day. I think probably a very interesting use case. So yeah. Let's look at augmented reality now, Eric. What's the big difference and what's happening here right now?
Okay, augmented reality. This technology, you can use a headset also, no, but you can use your smartphone, you can use tablets, and this technology, that how it works is that the technology adds digital items in your real world, with your tablet, with your smartphone, with your smart glasses or your headset. You put it, and then you can see your real world, right? But also you can see these virtual items, and you can combine your real world with your virtual world. right? There are a lot of applications. We mentioned the Pokemon Go, that was one of the most popular applications that we saw, I don't know how many years, maybe 10 years ago.
4 years ago, I believe, right?
Okay, 4 years ago, and it was so popular.
It's still
And
popular, eh? It's still popular, like with the new generation, like the 8 to 12-year-olds, they are finding it again.
they still using?
Yeah.
Right. Amazing. And then we have a lot of applications also with this technology. We have applications in fashion. No, we have applications in marketing, healthcare, entertainment, training, education. And we saw day a day, we saw different applications. We saw different case of use cases. No, in this kind of applications. We in the industry, we trying to use this technology with training. No, with training, but you can see how to explode a component, how to integrate it, and it helps a lot in this kind of things. But also we saw the different applications in marketing. For example, if you walk with the mall, then you take your smartphone and you check it. Something in the store, then it appears something, no, something related to the products that are selling in the store, and it's used more commonly in this kind of in marketing in that. So we have a video. I don't know if you want to show us, Stefan. This video can give us some more clear idea about the technology, how the technology works, and it explains some different use cases of this.
Oh, gotcha. I see the link. Okay, it's gonna take me some while to put that in here, but I think with the video that was in the clip, the little GIF, I think it's clear. The idea is to overlay basically some engineering or some 3D data in your real environment, and it sticks there. Actually, if you put it here, you turn around, you can't see it. You turn back, it's still sitting there, right?
Yeah, there is a picture in the center. I mean, there is a lot of applications. When Disney World was open, no, you can take your smartphone or your tablet, and there is Mickey, no, help you making some directions and so on. And it was very nice. And with my kids, if you can see in the slide, the picture that is in the center is one of my kids. He is with a panda.
With the panda bear, yeah.
Yeah. We use the Google page, and you can search Google panda bear, and it appears in your house, and it appears in wherever you want to put it.
That's true. Also, the dinosaurs, they have the same thing.
There is a lot of animals that you can play with them, and it's very nice. No, when my kids saw this, they say, "Oh, what is happening? Why a panda? It's in my house, right?" And it's very nice technology also. You have a lot of applications.
You know who does a really good job? And I just flashed the Lego group, right? So Lego, they went full on augmented reality. There, you go through the catalog, you scan it. Now you can see the toy in their shops. If you go to the shops, there is a screen, right? You bring the box of what you want to buy to the screen. It scans it, and then it shows you the tool in augmented reality. I don't know if you have seen that. It's really amazing. Yeah, in Monterey there's a shop. So in every Lego shop now you can go and experience augmented reality live. So you just bring the box of what you want to buy, and it shows you how the tool actually works. And I think that's a very hard use case, because sometimes if we buy something online and online shopping is not going to go away, it's just going to continue to grow. We actually would like to see the physical size, right? We actually would like to see how it opens and closes. So this kind of stuff, if you say, okay, I have my Amazon app, and now I want to select this product. Before I select it, I want to see it here on my table, maybe a little a microphone or a whatever kind of equipment. It would be a nice use case to have this ability, and I think it's not far away.
Nice. There is a tequila. I don't want to say the brand because it is not the case, But there is tequila, as you know, we have here in Guadalajara, Mexico, we have tours that you can go into the plant of the tequila and you can taste it and you can see how the process is. And there is a tequila right now that can develop their app. No? So you can enter into the app and then use your smartphone and you can see the process. No? You can see in your table, you can see the process, you can see all the people working there and so on. The only thing is that you cannot taste the tequila, right? But there is a lot of application. No, it's as we mentioned sometime. No, it's your Mayan, it's your it's the finish, right? So there is a lot of applications with this technology, also in the industries, and what I can see is that the marketing people are using a lot because it involves a lot and engage the people. You know? So there is very nice technology also.
Awesome. And now the third part that we wanted to discuss now, how we go from augmented, which is already really awesome. What's the next step? What does mixed reality now add as from a functionality standpoint?
Yeah, well, the next technology or the newest one is the mixed reality. With this technology, you can use this smart glasses or headset that can also merge this virtual technology or virtual items with real items. But in this case, not only is the how can you see it. No, in this case, you can combine in the real world these two items. Digital objects and physical objects, it's a coexist, and you can work with them. No? There are two kind of technologies, or the most common technologies that are using this mixed reality technology. It's the HoloLens from Microsoft and the Magic Leaps. No, these two hardwares can work with this kind of technology, and also we have a lot of applications. No, we have applications in marketing, we have applications in healthcare, entertainment, training, education, and one of the thing or one of the experience that we have here in Nuevo León, I guess 1 or 2 years ago, we have the first surgery that was using the HoloLens, and it was very nice experience, I guess, because all the doctors or the doctors that are in the surgery, they are using the HoloLens, and they were they be involved using this technology. So there are a lot of applications also in the industry, in the marketing, and I guess this technology it's gonna be more common in our industries. No, they have Microsoft announced maybe 1 week ago a collaboration with the Army in US, making I don't know $22 billion in this contract.
Revenue.
Because they're gonna develop the technology, the hardware, the software for this for the Army. So we have some examples here talking about mixed reality, and one of the example that we have is this, no, training. As we mentioned, we have. Or right now, there is an example with the Army in US, but also we have examples here in the industry, in automotive industry, where the training using mixed reality, what we can see is that the benefit that we can see are, for example, that employee engagement. No? When the employee use this technology in this process of training, they have more engagement,
yeah.
Because they use not only because of technology, no, because they are watching the process, they are interact with the process, can take it, they can move it, they can no, they have a lot of things to do with that.
And also they learn at the end. They learn a new skill, right? They learn a new skill to use this kind of devices, and every time you learn a new skill, it's very, very motivating, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Because they feel that they are near to the technology, right? They're not only operate something.
Yeah,
they are very close with the technology, and also another benefit that we can see is that they reduce the learning curves, no, because they are in the virtual environment, but they are the people are pushing the buttons, they are moving the components, and with that, what we can see is that the time of this curve it reduces a lot.
Actually, I was thinking, for example, if you have sometimes, for example, in the industry, training, that what you need for training is your actual product. So you're not actually wasting anything. But I'm thinking about other applications where to train a people, you have to actually waste product, right? Or have certain resources around it. For example, I'm thinking about the Formula One racing car, and the guy changing a tire on the racing car, right? If you want to try this in real, with the car coming in and the car leaving, you need to spend the gas, you need to wear the car, you need to. So there is a cost involved. Now, if you do this virtually, it's at zero cost. So I think I'm sure there's applications where it costs a lot of money to have people trained on a certain application.
Yeah, and it has some cost, no? Because I mean, you need to buy the hardware, you need to buy the software also. But yes, it reduces a lot of the cost, because, for example, if we want to train some guy who has to work with a machine, no? Imagine a CNC. Okay, you need to stop the production of your CNC because the people has to understand how to push the buttons, how to something like that. But if you use this technology, you cannot have to stop the machine. No, because you have your virtual machine, you have your virtual environment, and he can practice with this. Then when he goes into the real world, they can use it very fast, right? That's why we saw that the learning curve has reduced. The other thing is that the practice without the risk, no? As you mentioned, the guy can change the tire instead that they move it or they change it in the real world. And also we have the other benefit that we saw is the training on demand. No? Another example that we have, another application, is the remote collaboration or remote assist using these technologies. And again, thanks for the pandemic. See if we can say that we saw these applications very common in the industry, right? Because people that they cannot be in the plants because the COVID, but people who has a lot of experience in the plant, we need to communicate with them. No, we have people because the industry has to work, has to produce, and with these technologies, what we can do is to connect people that they are not in the plant with people that they can be in the plant. No, and with this they can collaborate, they can communicate, they can share information, and also, I mean, then they can repair in case of they need. So with this in this use case or in this application, we saw that we reduce time for response, no, because we cannot wait because the specialists are in US or are in somewhere that they cannot travel into a plant, so we can reduce the response of the needs.
I totally agree. Yeah, the expert services and expert, it's definitely one of the strongest use cases. But that also means, for example, for me, how much of the business travel actually was because of that kind of expertise? Maybe out of the whole business travel, maybe 20% for sure was this kind of travel only to go there, look at the machine, analyze the machine,
and go back,
right? So I do believe that at least this component of business travel is gone forever. Now, the rest of the component, for example, the people that have to make deals, etc., maybe something will come back. But I looked at the data from, when was it, a month ago? The private travel and vacation travel is already back to 50% where we were before. But the business travel is only back 32%. Yeah, so actually there is more people traveling back private than people from business. But now we need also to understand that the business was always the bigger component in the travel. So yeah, it's really incredible. So that the travel industry definitely is impacted as well. But well, one technology replaces the other.
Yeah, of course. So these are some of the applications and the benefits talking about this remote assist or remote collaboration. That I guess this is one of the technology, or this is one of the applications that it's going to be very common in our industry, right?
Totally agree. I think, but now specifically for that one, what I found that now we now have this very positive things and positive outcomes, and as we said, right, when we talked before this, for me the pandemic was the perfect storm for all this technology. It was the perfect storm for everything going digital. There was a lot of projects from May last year to September last year, everything digital, lots of people purchasing equipment. And then when people were able to go back, the projects got reduced, maybe 80% of the projects were stopped. So what do you think were the main behaviors, drivers that specifically in industry, specifically in remote assistance, specifically in other areas, training, we went back to where we were before? Why is this?
I guess this is one of the most challenge that we have in our industry, because our culture is very hard. No, we have to come back into our normal way to work. No, and we have to continue pushing that this technology have a lot of benefits. No, as you mentioned, no, when we go back into the plants, the first thing that we're gonna say is, I don't need this kind of technology, no, because I am here. Okay. I have my people here, and I guess I cannot need this. But the important thing here is to continue pushing the technology, to continue pushing and demonstrating the benefits of these technologies. Okay. Talking about this, no, people who are in US, if you need 3 days that they can be here in order to only check some things in the machine, why cannot connect into the HoloLens or Magic Clips and whatever technology they have, and reduce the time? They cannot be here most of the cases, right? But why not use this technology in order to reduce the response, to reduce the cost of traveling, and improve your time of productions?
Totally agree. And at least now some of the people will at least question, right? So when you sign off the request for travel, they will say, hey, wait a second, maybe you can do this with a video conference or with
Yeah, of course. And that's the way that we have to change our minds, right? Not always have to be in the plant, is present, and that's the way. I mean, we have 1 year working
remote,
virtually or remote, no? Why we have to go into the plants and say, no, I don't need this, right?
Yeah, just because we can now, hopefully again soon, right? I agree.
Yeah, of course.
So looking a little bit into the future, Erick, and we're coming to the end of this live. This is the specific question. Looking into the next 2 or 3 years, and you you're one of the guys that knows all the 18 technologies of Industry 4.0. What technology will have the biggest adoption growth now for the next 3 years in the industry specifically, or even in society? Whatever you want to choose, right?
I don't know. We have a lot of options, right? We have a lot of technologies. The technologies that I can see that
biggest growth or adoption
that will have more adoptions. I guess machine learning, artificial intelligence is something that it's gonna be more common. You know, we live right now with them. No?
I agree. We just don't know.
Yeah, and we don't know. Yeah, of course, we have Netflix, and when Netflix give me these options, right? It's machine learning, it's artificial intelligence, right? But I guess with more conscience,
Yeah.
and we want to use this technology in the next 2 to 3 years, right? And the other one, and technologies like mixed reality, augmented reality, and these kind of technologies, I guess they will have some kind of adoptions, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. But the most common, I guess, will be machine learning and artificial intelligence. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I actually agree. While I was making the question, I was thinking as well, how would I answer it? And I said, yes, definitely. And the main thing is, as you just said, it's code, right? It's not something physical. You can see it. So if I look at my Google Home, of course, it has machine learning and artificial intelligence. If I look at Amazon, what I buy, they know exactly what I want. It pops up, right? When I get into the car, the navigation system already knows it's noon. Now he's going to purchase some food, so it pops up automatically the food. Like, you don't perceive it, but when you think about it, you say the watch. That's the most incredible thing. So I'm doing workout. And I go into the workout box, and it reshuffles the workouts based on what workout I usually do at that hour. So in the morning, it puts in, for example, the spinning wheel, because that's what I do in the morning. If I push the button at noon, I walk, right? And at that night, it gives me maybe swim or running. Like, it knows it about me, right?
It's crazy. But it is very common, as you mentioned, no? We saw very normal, but we don't know why. No, exactly. We only well, it helps me. It helps me, exactly. and it is normal. No, but we are living with these technologies right now.
Yeah, I agree, and it will be a little bit more open. Let's say not open. It will be a little bit, as you said, conscious. A little bit more conscious. Use it a bit more conscious. Maybe even use it, unuse it. Right? Say, you know what? I don't need the Google Home here in my bedroom, right? Or in my bathroom. I maybe only need it in the living room or in the kitchen, right? So I think that kind of things, right? Oh, maybe I rather take the watch off sometimes, right? Instead of always wearing it, because these devices, they learn all the time, and then the power is really, really huge.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So now, I think lots of people watch this. And you also, of course, know, and there is a new center in Monterrey that just opened up, the Artificial Intelligence Center, which was amazing. 2 weeks ago, there was this big inauguration. It's really a good development. What you would recommend the people, how to approach this, right? Because we are not coders. Not everybody's a coder. So how would you approach in a very practical way to get more engaged in machine learning?
First of all, you don't need to be a coder. No, if you want to be there, right? I mean, you need it to know, but if you are interested to know about these technologies, you don't have to be a coder, no. But there are a lot of platforms that you can use, no, Udacity and this kind of platforms that you can use in order to know a little bit these technologies, how it works, and maybe then you can be interested to do some course about coding. No, because it is very important to know and to understand the fundamentals of these kind of technologies. And I guess this could be great. No, my recommendation is that to go into these platforms and to search a little bit of these technologies, how it works and how there are their applications, and I guess you're gonna be engaged to learn about these technologies.
So actually, I like that a lot. So there is platforms where I can say, I can take it as a block, no, and say block number 1, and now I want to process some audio. Okay, then I will do some analysis with this audio. You put another block, no, and then you say, okay, now I want to modify this machine or send an email, right? And you don't go to the code, you go to the front end, to the platform, and you just put it together as a model. A very, very natural way of programming. That's very good. That's actually a very smart way to approach this. And if you like it a lot, if you actually have a lot of value, and all of a sudden you start to create dashboards, or you start to little programs, or what they call the apps or the D-apps, all of a sudden you like it and it creates value, then you just go from there. You can go deeper all the time, right?
Yeah, of course. As you mentioned, and there are another applications that you can, as you mentioned, you can work with blocks. Just only put it a block, and then there is a backend that they are building all the code, and it's easy to work with them. No? And awesome. Also the experience that you have now to creating dashboards, and you don't need to be a coder, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that was awesome. Thanks a lot, Eric. Really, I can see how you progress over the years. We met each other 2 and a little bit more years ago here in Saltillo at the SIAC. And we continue to be very engaged in the automotive cluster. I think it's a great group of people as well. The group has progressed as well. And now with Ricardo, the dedicated coordinator, and the support from Ricardo Paez out of Monterrey, it has been really good. And I'm sure we're going to continue to collaborate there.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you for your audience. And I'd be glad to be here. And I hope we will have a presential meeting in some
For sure. It's going to come. And I wish you all the best for you, for your company, of course, your family. And thank you very much. Have a great Saturday. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you to all.